Hello everyone and welcome back to Austin Plays Gaming, where today we are doing a comparison commentary video, where today we are comparing Marvel Rivals and Overwatch 2. Now, Marvel Rivals has basically taken the internet and the whole gaming community by storm, and Overwatch 2 is the most recent hero shooter type thing. I thought we'd compare the two, the most popular to the most latest original, so let's get into it. Now, at first glance, these games seem very similar. Both are team-based shooters, both feature unique heroes with abilities, and both rely heavily on objective-based gameplay. But once you actually play them, it becomes clear that they are built on very different design philosophies. To understand the differences between Marvel Rivals and Overwatch 2, we first need to look at their core identity. Overwatch 2 at its heart is a competitive first-person shooter where everything is about design and revolves around balance, clarity, and fairness. The game is built to reward mechanical skill, a precise aim and positioning, and team coordination. Every hero ability and map is carefully tuned to function within a competitive environment, especially in ranked play. On the other side of things, Marvel Rivals is also mainly designed first for superhero experiences, but its primary goal is to make players feel powerful, mobile, and cinematic. Competitive balance still exists, but it's secondary to the spectacle, creativity, and Marvel-style team synergy. This philosophical difference affects every part of the game, from camera perspective to hero abilities and to the match's flow. One of the most obvious differences between the two games is their perspective. Overwatch 2 uses a first-person perspective, and this tightens the shooting experience and places a strong emphasis on aim accuracy, reaction speed, and awareness of sightlines. Combat feels deliberate and controlled, and small positioning mistakes are punished quickly, and fights are often decided by mechanical execution. However, Marvel Rivals uses a third-person perspective, which immediately changes how the game feels. You have a wider view of the battlefield, better awareness of enemy positioning, and a stronger visual connection to your character. This perspective supports faster movement, more vertical gameplay, and a larger scale ability usage. As a result, Overwatch feels like a tactical shooter with abilities, while Marvel Rivals feels like a fast-paced superhero battle with shooting mechanics layered into it. Now, hero designs is where the contrast between these games come up even clearer. In Overwatch 2, heroes are divided into three clearly defined roles: tank, damage, and support. Each role have a specific responsibility, and teams are expected to follow these structures. Tanks control space, and damage heroes secure eliminations, while supports keep the team alive when providing utility. Overwatch heroes are tightly balanced, and overlap between roles is limited, but this creates clarity in matches, but also means players must understand their role discipline, cooldown management, and the ultimate economy to succeed. However, in Marvel Rivals, roles exist, but they are far more flexible. Heroes are defined less by rigid categories and more by how they move, fight, interact with their teammates. One of the game's defining features is their team-up systems between a duelist and a healer, a tank and a healer, or a damage and a tank. This team-up system, where certain characters can gain enhanced abilities or unique interactions when played together, really do emphasize the game and balance. But these team-ups are inspired by Marvel lore, and rather than their just strict balance logic. But this encourages experimentation and creativity in team composition, but also leads to more unpredictable matches compared to Overwatch's structured approach. Now, their match structure further separates these two experiences. Overwatch 2 uses a 5 vs 5 format. This change was made to reduce visual clutter and increase individual impact. With fewer players on the field, every decision matters more. Mistakes are more punishing, and teamwork must be precise. This game's modes such as Control, Push, Escort, and Hybrid all are carefully designed around the competitive pacing and map symmetry. Marvel Rivals uses a 6 vs 6 format, which creates a far more chaotic and energetic battlefield. With more players' abilities overlap more frequently, fights are larger, and the momentum can shift very rapidly. Another major difference is the presence of indestructible environments in Marvel Rivals. Parts of the map can be destroyed during combat, changing sightlines and engagement space mid-match, and this adds tactical variety but also introduces unpredictability, something Overwatch intentionally avoids. Now, movement is another major point of contrast. In Overwatch 2, movement is controlled and intentional. Heroes can move in ways that support positioning, aim, and map control, and abilities are far more powerful but restrained, and ultimates are designed to be impactful without overwhelming the match too frequently. However, in Marvel Rivals, movement is faster, more vertical, and more expressive. Many heroes can dash, leap, swing, or fly, and mobility is central to their identity. Abilities are designed to feel powerful and visually impressive, reinforcing the superhero fantasy. But this difference's power scaling changes the pace of each game. Overwatch rewards patience and planning, while Marvel Rivals rewards aggression, adaptability, and momentum. Both of these games operate as live service titles, but they prioritize different things. Overwatch 2 focuses on long-term stability. Seasonal updates introduce balance changes, cosmetics, and occasional heroes, all carefully integrated into the existing meta. But Marvel Rivals prioritizes rapid evolution. New heroes are introduced frequently, meta shifts faster, and seasonal content is closely tied to the Marvel branding and events. The goal is to keep the experience fresh and exciting, even if it means less consistency between seasons. Now, the last and most important factor is the competitive depth and community. When it comes to competitive play, Overwatch 2 has a clear advantage in maturity. Overwatch benefits from years of competitive development, redefined ranked systems, and a deeply analytical player base. Strategy, communication, and mechanical skill are heavily emphasized at higher levels. Marvel Rivals is still developing its competitive identity, while it offers ranked play and competitive modes. The overall experience leads more towards the casual hybrid, competitive hybrid. But balanced decisions often favor fun and creativity over strict competitive consistency. This makes Marvel Rivals more accessible to new players, but less rigid than Overwatch at the highest levels. So which game should you play? If you value structured competition, precise shooting, clear roles, and tactical consistency, Overwatch 2 is the better choice. However, if you value superhero power fantasy, cinematic combat, creative team synergy, and a fast experienced gameplay, Marvel Rivals is likely the better fit for you. Personally, I go with Marvel Rivals, hence a load of content. But which one is better to you? Let me know in the comments below. But without further ado, folks, that is the end of today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and comment what else you would like to see on this very channel. But without further ado, folks, I hope you have an amazing day as always, and I'll see you all in the next one, folks. Bye!
Yeah!